Hey everyone, this is Derek here, and in this video I will be providing English commentary for another one of MortaL's videos. So in the past, we've taken a look at some of his ladder climbing videos, including him reaching as high as number 3 in Asia Squad's third-person perspective, arguably number 1 because the first two people had some rather suspicious stats, just in my opinion. And today we are going to be taking a look at another awesome game played by him. However, they do not win because somebody was cheating. So I want to show you guys from the perspective of the cheater even, because fortunately one of his subscribers was also in this game and happened to spectate enemy and ended up spectating the person who won through some rather unorthodox, not approved means. So we'll point that out when we get there, but in the meantime, enjoy the drop right away. You know, they are looking around. This is a very south plane route. I've seen this one a number of times. This one happened to be starting out south of Malta Power, went right over Malta, ends up going like south of Godka even. So they like to loot Georgopol crates. So everybody has their spots that they enjoy looting, and Seoul, they tend to go to Georgopol crates if they can. So you can see here that they actually dropped Godka. They did notice people were at 240. They are going to be the first ones on the ground, are going to immediately get into this UAZ, aren't even going to go for a weapon, and are going to drive up to Georgopol. So I've seen a number of pro NA teams do this too if they prefer North George. Gangstars, for example, they prefer North George. So, you know, if you have a southern plane route, there's a good chance that instead of looting somewhere else, they are going to loot where they feel comfortable and just grab a vehicle right away and drive over there. So you can see that the first zone is actually very far to the east. There it is, centered over shelter. So that means that they're not going to want to stick around here too long. So they've done some initial looting. You can see he has a level 3 backpack, has level 2 helmet and armor. So he also has an AK as well as a DP, so they have looted. You can see the first zone is actually closing, so that means that it takes 5 minutes for the first zone to start closing from the time when the plane finishes its flight path. So accounting for the time that they took driving up here, I'd imagine that they were looting for a total of at most like 3 minutes. So definitely rather quick. Here is a super airdrop from a flare gun that they got in Georgopol that unfortunately got stuck on a roof. So they used a pair of grenades to blow it off the roof, and are going to get that awesome level 3 gear as well as the M249 and the MK14 if they want it. So if you have a super airdrop or an airdrop that lands on a slanted roof, just throw a grenade above it and that will actually push it off. So it might take more than one, but very easy way. If you don't want to climb the roof, I'm not entirely sure. I didn't really look at what building that was, if you could get on the roof of it or not. But assuming you couldn't, that's one of the easiest ways to knock it off of that building. So they're going to go ahead and continue their rotation closer to the middle of the zone. A lot of good teams enjoy doing this. They always want to rotate closer to the middle, because then that means in the subsequent rotation they might not have to move as far when the next circle appears. They notice another super airdrop as well as a team looting that super airdrop. You can see that MortaL generally prefers weapons like the DP for range, and then something like an AK for close range. He does have the M249, which is crate only, has that massive 100 round capacity, so don't blame him there. And he also might have wanted a split between 7.62 and 5.56. So right now they are just finishing off the squad. Got a nice finish there, and the rest of the guys are up on the hill. You can see a nice call out went out there. They're using these rocks as cover as they work their way up together. They know they have the numbers advantage here, and they're also good players, so shouldn't cause them any trouble really. But there you go. There's one, and there is two. So you can see the advantage that M249 only used about 30 rounds or so, but he had a lot more than that if he needed to continually spray. M249 doing about 500 DPS, so pretty awesome. Definitely can keep pace with the rest of the ARs. Actually, it might be more than that. I think I'm wrong. It might be closer to 600, but either way, it is certainly powerful close range, beyond the fact that it does not run out of ammo very quickly. So another squad is holed up in this compound. They are immediately throwing grenades in. A nice knock with the Grozub on one of his teammates. One of the guys has to jump out to avoid the grenade. He tags him up a little bit. He knows where he is. He has to be on the other side of his house. Going to use the broken wall to his advantage as soon as this guy runs around, finishes him off with the M249. Now they somebody accidentally got knocked out with another grenade, one of his teammates. So now he's just checking for anybody else, if there's anybody else still alive. You can see those 2 crates up there, and that is another squad wipe by Soul. So definitely playing this game very well so far, with the exception of that accidental knockout. And here you go, one of the best players, if not the best player in the world, third person, and still gets stuck on a window. So do not worry, it happens to the best of us. Makes me feel a little bit better about that happening to me more than on occasion. So you can see here, he's going to be grabbing some ammo for both 5.56 and 7.62 for that M249, as well as the DP. Really prefers the DP at range, definitely his go-to. And then the M249, like I said, it's usually an AK for short range, but in this match, because he has access to the M249, looks like he is going to be using that instead. So he's looking over here. I think he has already noticed that, it's incredible, but I think he's already noticed that there's somebody at that other compound, and I've made this mistake plenty of times before. This compound, the one he's going to be shooting at right now, this one is not as safe as you think it is. Nice knock there with a headshot with the DP. He is now going to be telling his team, hey, let's push this position. We've gotten a knock. We know that at worst it's a 4v3, and we can take them. So he sees there is the UAZ parked outside, going to be cooking a grenade. He sees another person on the right side of the building throwing a grenade up there. He gets another nice knock with that nade. I'm not sure. You guys can let me know in the comments if that's a guy he just knocked before, if he knocked him again or not. He sees another guy on the stairs, tags him pretty hard with the M249. There's another one behind the house trying to heal, probably moved a little bit, was alerted by the footsteps. They're now going to get a 3rd finish, 4th finish, and that is another squad wipe. So he hears shots, though. He hears shots off to his south now, so he's going to be looking in that direction for sure. Actually, that is, this was actually 2 squads then, because there's another guy knocked, and he is looking, and he sees, he's looking out to the, well, first he sees that airdrop coming down. He's looking out towards the compound he was just at, because like I said, that has a height advantage on this compound, so you have to be careful. Now he's looking out in the grass, sees something moving, sees shots there, and he is going to take out this sneaky snake who dies instantly. So that must have been the last member of one of the squads that they were fighting here. So again, DP for longer range, M249 for shorter range. DP, it's not a weapon that a lot of us think is viable at a longer range with like a 4 or 6 times on it, but MortaL showing us that indeed it can be used that way. So now they are coming back up the hill to this other compound, like I said, more defensible because of the height advantage. Nice knock by a teammate with an M249 too, so they have 2 of those on the team. Doesn't hurt. He's probably going to go ahead and get this finish now. Pro players very hesitant to get the finish before they take out the rest of the squad. That is another squad wipe, though. You could see that last guy who was downed, he did die, did turn into a crate. Here's more suppressed shots off to the northwest. Knows that yet more people are coming into the zone. Oh my goodness. So this game has very quickly gotten crazy for them. They're waiting for them, trying to gatekeep them. They know that they have to come into the zone pretty soon. The zone's going to be doing a lot of damage by this point. He's looking through here, trying to shoot the bush. Perhaps the guy's on the other side of the of that compound. Unfortunately, one of his teammates goes down right away, going for the revive. Also looking that way, knows that they're going to be pushing them because whoever just knocked them also knows that it is a 4v3 most likely at this time, so they may be trying to push themselves. Gets his teammate back up. He's going to have to go ahead and pop a first aid kit or a med kit. I have a fly in my room. That is rather odd. Sorry for the distraction. So M249, like I said, still gatekeeping the zone. Zone is starting to close in now. He is in a ghillie suit, so might use one of the bushes to his advantage. They are throwing up a smoke wall and unfortunately catch MortaL out there. Although it looked rather little suspicious. You know, I'm not entirely sure if he had line of sight on him or not, because he was down the hill at that point. So it might have just been blind firing through the smokes. But the smoke wall goes up. Here you go. Here is the squad that took him out. It looks like Soul is down to 1 player left. MortaL's going to try to climb towards or crawl towards the play zone, but he's going to die outside it. They did actually get 1 player up, so it's 2v2. These are the last couple people. He knows they're behind this tree here. And then, all of a sudden, And say he's looking, seeing if he's going to peek or not. Has an 8 times with an MK14. Very powerful weapon for range. And starts taking shots from the tree. Even though, you can see he's still taking shots from the tree. Even though he is certainly out of line of sight. And they did not peek it because, well, he was, looking there with his 8 times scope. So here goes his teammate with the Groza now. Is going to try to run across the field. And he is also taking shots from behind another tree. So, let's say this guy was able to pop a first aid kit, has the MK14, sees the guy running towards a tree, takes some shots with the 8 times, but it's very far away. And there you go, he has died. So, that is what is suspicious. So, the fact that they weren't peeking at all definitely gave it away. So now we are going to be taking a look, thanks to one of his subscribers or friends, subscribers, who's killed by the same guy and spectated him and recorded the gameplay. So use that new spectate opponent function and ended up catching this guy who wasn't detected because I guess he uses his hacks only occasionally. So definitely a jerk. He'll probably be banned by the time we're posting this, but there's no reason to cheat in a game like this. You're not winning anything. These matches aren't for anything. So it's like, why would you even do it? But anyways, you can see here he's firing. So again, through the smoke wall, I thought it looked suspicious, and indeed it was suspicious because there's no way he would have known where those people were. So you can see he is firing through terrain. That's definitely what he's doing. I don't know if he's using anything else either, but he's definitely using at least firing through terrain and potentially, other cheats too. But see, they're driving around here. And again, we don't want to accuse anybody of cheating, and potentially tarnishing their reputation if they're not. But this is so blatant that, anybody could call it out and you'll be right. So here we go. He is running over somebody there. And now you can see him taking up position behind the tree. This is after the guy was shooting him with the MK with the 8 times. He's shooting through the tree, gets the first knock on the last remaining member of Soul. Now there's 1v1, so he probably also has some way to find, to see people in the grass or something to know where he is. But here he goes again. He's not peeking the tree. He's actually shooting through the hillside and gets the kill. So definitely suspicious and definitely not cool. But anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed the gameplay. My name's DerekG. If you guys want to see more English commentary of Soul Mortal, definitely subscribe to my channel as well as his, because he is a pretty awesome dude. So I hope to see you on the battlefield soon or my Discord server, which I'll leave a link to down below.